I just solved my bottleneck. I don't know how to do any of this camera stuff. It's not like I have any money to hire a videographer though, but I'm about to have money. So if you've been following along, you know that I've been going like 100%. Realistically, I mean, I think it's impossible to go 100% money making activities every single day, because 100% is all your waking hours. You are working every single second. So there's gonna be some times when your brain kind of forgets for a couple seconds and you zone out, or maybe you're going to the bathroom and the walk from the bathroom to the table. Little things like that add up throughout the day, and that leads you to not being at 100%. So I'd say I've been operating at probably 95+%, which is crazy. And in the last 3 days, I have discovered a new way in real estate to make money, which I hope it works. I'm not gonna say what it is until I make money with it, but in theory it should work. And there's one massive bottleneck, which I just fixed that problem, so boom. And then, yeah, I mean, I've just been grinding. I got a contract yesterday and a contract the day before. And the contract the day before was actually a lead from a while ago, and he called me back. I've never had that happen where a lead calls me back and says, I'm ready to sell at your price. Didn't even negotiate, just send him the contract. It's ridiculous. And then yesterday I closed the deal. Didn't close it, but got a contract yesterday. Should be about a 5-10K assignment, like 5K minimum. The only problem is there's a squatter in there, so we have to get the squatter out. But yeah, I mean, today I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk to you guys, and I wanna set something straight, is that these day 30s I'm doing for myself, and I'm also doing for other people, because when I look at the views on these videos, it's like anywhere from 8 views to 30 views. And if I have a room full of people and there's 8 people or 30 people listening to what I have to say, then I think that's all worth it. Even if it was 3 views, I mean, if I'm helping 3 people out just by telling them, then it's definitely worth it for me. And so yeah, I just wanted to get on here today. I don't really have any lessons or anything, just wanted to kind of talk about life. And also, I'm making these videos too because I know I'm gonna make it in life. I know I'm going to win in real estate, and then in something else or whatever, I'm going to win. And so I kind of want to have videos in place from when I'm going through this phase where everything is extremely difficult and my entire life is changing. I think right now in my life, I'm going through the most mental changes that I have ever gone through. Like every single day is a fight against myself. And I always said, stop negotiating with yourself. And I'm trying to, and I've been doing a pretty good job about it, but it's difficult because when you have tasks you have to complete, but nobody's there to say you have to complete these, then it's just yourself against yourself, and that can kind of weigh on you, especially when you're living alone at a younger age and you have so much pressure on you and you literally have next month's rent and then you're out of money. So I find it interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to make money 100%. I'm going to be extremely well off, and I'm going to help the world as much as I can, because this goes back to the point that I originally said, where to change the world and help as many people as possible, you need to have as much money as possible, because money is the only thing that can actually change the world. Of course, words can change the world, and maybe my words from this video changes somebody's life, but at the end of the day, if you want to have great change, you need a great bank account. So that's kind of just how the world is constructed, like it or not. You know, that's okay, because you have the power to change that. You have the power to go out and work every single day and build towards your goals and change your bank account. And it's not about money. Money, of course, is a benefit, but it's about the freedom and the impact that you can have if you have the money. I don't know. I always wanted money for the fancy cars and everything, and I'm not saying the fancy cars wouldn't be fun, because they definitely would be fun. I mean, who are we joking? And money definitely buys happiness to a certain degree. Not the actual feeling of happiness, but it buys things that make you happy, correct? And if you don't have money, then you can't have those things that make you happy. And sure, you can have no money and happy, and I don't think I'm chasing happiness, I think I'm chasing purpose, so it's a different route. I think I've accepted that I will never be, extremely happy, and that's fine. But I will be extremely purposeful with my actions and with what I do. I've never experienced money, I've never had money, so I can't really say, but I have a feeling that it's going to be very fleeting. I have a feeling that when I make it to the top, since I've told myself my entire life that I'm going to make it to the top, that it's going to be extremely fleeting, and I'm going to say, okay, what's next? Because I'm the kind of person that's always going to want more. I'm never going to settle, if that makes sense. And when I look at what is money, how does it work, and think to myself, what will it be like when I have money? Sure, it'll be better, but I think it's going to be very fleeting. The actual physical things that money brings. And I want to tell you guys a story because this is what makes me think this way. I was thinking about this last night. When I was about 8 years old, I used to play Minecraft all the time. I loved Minecraft. Maybe it was 10, somewhere between 8 and 11. I played Minecraft all the time. Best game ever. I mean, genuinely, when you look at every single game, Minecraft is the best game. But I played Minecraft, and I always wanted Pokemon mods on Minecraft. And I never could figure it out, and I would always like almost download viruses because I was like 8 years old, I had no idea. And so I wanted them for so long, and I would watch YouTube videos of people playing with these mods, and I'd be like, all I want to do is play with these mods. Kind of like me with money, all I want is money. And I went over to my mom's friend's house one time. Her kid had mods on his computer. He was sitting there playing Minecraft mods. And I was like, how did you do that? How did you get that? Because all I ever wanted was mods. All I ever wanted, like, that was my number one goal as an 8-year-old child, was I just want Minecraft mods. And so he showed me how to download it. He showed me how to do it all. And it was called like something launcher, tech launcher or something. I have no idea. But anyways, so later that day I went home and I downloaded this launcher thing and I started playing Pokemon mods. And it was the funnest thing ever. I was having so much fun for about 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, I was kind of like, I want more. You know? So if you can see the parallel in that story from money, then great. If you can't, then I don't think I have to explain it. But when I get money, I think it'll be very fleeting. I think when you have purpose and you're chasing purpose instead of happiness, then you'll feel more fulfilled. I think our job as men in a society like this is to chase purpose, not happiness. If you look at the men that are chasing happiness instead of purpose, they're not always going to be as productive and change as many lives as you. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Everybody has the right to choose their own path. But if you're a man that wants a lot and wants to change the world and help people, then I think you have to cut emotion out of the equation, at least in the beginning stages. Because I've gotten to the point where I've pretty much, obviously I still have emotion, I'm human, but a lot of the negative emotion and the positive emotion I've kind of just pushed out. And why did I do this? It's because when you look at emotion in humanity, all of humanity's greatest mistakes involved emotion. Also, all of humanity's greatest accomplishments have usually involved emotion to some degree. However, what overrides emotion when you're trying to accomplish something is logistics, right? If you're more logical about something instead of more emotional about something, then I think you're better off because you're playing chess instead of just going around doing whatever you feel like. You're actually thinking of the moves 10 moves ahead instead of just moving where the pieces look fun on the board. And so that's kind of what I did. Like, moving here was a calculated risk. Sure, I might be homeless, but I'm going to make it work out. I just think it's interesting, and I don't know who actually is watching through this entire video, but like I said, I'm also making these videos because when I come back 2 years in the future, 3 years in the future, and I've posted on this channel hundreds of times, and I have a good following of people behind me, and I've succeeded in life, then I can look back at this video and say, this is where I was. This was the slum. This was the come up that led me to where I am. And this is the part right here, right where I am, that nobody talks about, because you're not gonna get views talking about your struggle. You're gonna get views talking about how you made it, right? And I haven't made it yet. So it's a tricky scenario to be in. But at the end of the day, I'm making these videos for the future people that see me succeed and think, oh, I can't do it. I'm not as good as he is. But I want to say that I am just a normal person that's a little bit psychotic, a little bit crazy in a way. And I wouldn't even say I'm crazy, but it's just society has told me that I'm crazy because I don't fit inside of the normal box. And so when I've made it and people are watching my videos and they scroll all the way down in my YouTube and they watch this video, they're gonna say to themselves, oh, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can get through this situation. Maybe you right now are in the situation I'm in to some degree, where you can either make a leap or not, or you can work harder or not, or you have some big goal that you want to chase, but you haven't taken action yet. Or you're literally in the spot I am in, where you've been working towards something for a year and a half and haven't seen incredible results, maybe a few results, but nothing consistent. And you're about to give up. Because right here is the hardest part. And I can smell the success, and I know it's coming very, very soon. And some people always say that money hides away from you, and then it comes all at once. And I mean, I'm waiting for it to come. I'm kind of tired of it hiding away, but you just have to show up every single day and become a better person every single day. I have a tattoo on my arm right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. But what it means is it's a Japanese philosophy known as Kaizen. And what does Kaizen mean? There's a few different translations for it, but it basically means change good. Kai is change, Zen is good. So it's get 1% better every single day. And it typically pertains to business, but if you actually set your brain in motion and you try to get 1% better every single day, then after 30 days, you're 30% better. So let's say you were operating at 20, 30%, you got 1% better every single day, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, all the way up until 60 because you did it for 30 days. That's double your output. So imagine you're making, I don't know, $4,000 a month consistently from a business or from a 9 to 5 or from a random job that you have. Imagine if you got 1% better every day and put that 1% to something that you're actually passionate about. Now you're working at 60% of your maximum output. 30% of that is going towards something that you enjoy doing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't enjoy talking to sellers. I don't enjoy that. I wanna be the person that's managing the people and that's building the business. And I am building a business, but I wanna be the person that's actually designing and sculpting the business and not behind the scenes in the trenches. But everybody has to go through this scene where they're in the trenches and they're building something and they're trying to make it out to get to that point where you're at the top of the food chain. And so that's kind of what I've realized, and I've kind of realized that I can't rush it because I know that God has a plan for me, and I know that if I keep showing up every single day and get 1% better every single day, then I will succeed. And if I can't make rent in a month and I, fail, it's not failure, it's learning. And if I get kicked out of my apartment or something because I can't pay the rent and I'm living in my car, then so what? Then I'll work at a coffee shop and spend my change on a coffee so that I'm allowed to sit in there in AC and work. And so I just don't think that people have this big of a dedication. And I think the reason I have this big of a dedication is because I realize that nothing really matters. And the only thing that matters is what you tell yourself and what you do to yourself. Because at the end of the day, you could have friends that believe in you, and you could have people that cheer you on the sidelines. But I think I saw somewhere where it said Alex Hormozy, where you're in the stage I am currently in right now, and for the long time, it's just a silent clap in an auditorium, just one clap, right? Slow clap in the back of the auditorium while you're up on the stage doing the play. And who's that person that's clapping in the auditorium? It's yourself.